out, right? Okay, so the next guy can't hear, so we got really loud too. The man who plays the wonderful, legendary Litt.
You guys do know that I'm not Meghan Markle, right? Okay.
Wow. I didn't even get to, wow, you guys are fantastic. Aren't these guys amazing? Are they not? So we're really excited that you guys get to, we pick some questions and you guys get to have your questions answered. And before we even get that part started, I just want to let you know that everybody's question who was chosen, you'll get a t-shirt, okay? And if we really like your question, you'll get a DVD. There's only 4 of those, okay? Ooh. I know. It's all right.
So Rashawn, before we just start the question and answer, first of all, you guys won.
Right.
By talking to Amanda and then also talking to everyone who's up right now getting ready for season 4 in Toronto, we can't thank you enough for this. We can't tell you how nice and unusual this is to be able to come down in front of a college and pretty much make a complete fool of yourself because you guys like our TV show. It's just not normal, and I can't thank you enough.
You, Rick and Amanda, to know that these college students, actually, this wasn't even on the schedule for them to be here. How humbling is that for you?
Was it how normal? Or
humbling.
How humbling?
Yeah.
It's not even the right word. It's, I don't know if you guys will eventually find out when you go out and leave Nerdville that it's not easy to get a job, let alone this type of profession where you're pretty much, spilling out your guts every day, getting told no. And then once you get a job, most of the time, you like maybe last for 2 seconds. As you know, certain series, whether you like them or not, they last, they have a very short life. So all of a sudden, to have something like this happen, it's this is going to be something that you tell your grandchildren about. It's beyond humbling. It's like it's once in a lifetime. And you guys this is the last stop, and you're a part of it. And once again, you guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah. You got him to curse. That's awesome. So, Rick, why are you dressed like that?
What do you mean, Rashawn?
Like with a leather jacket?
With 5 layers?
Yeah, and boots. It's 82 degrees.
Did anybody know it was going to be 81 degrees in Atlanta? Thank you. No, I mean, of course, Amanda looks at the weather report. I'm up in Toronto, where it's still sub-freezing, and I just didn't even think to dress, actually. This is my pajama boots. I have I have pajama boots. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize for the attire.
It's okay. So take it off. Is that what somebody said?
Aren't you guys disgusted enough in that?
All right, we're going to get into the students' questions. And as I'm looking here. We've got a foul in the play already.
You do.
Would you like this?
Somebody, what happened? Somebody,
That's.
Oh, look at this. Somebody, so you guys are supposed to submit questions. One question. Jamie Trarer? Jamie Trarer? Jamie, hi, stand up. Actually, no, Jamie, come here for a second. So Jamie asked, she submitted 3 questions. So she basically, you're guilty. You're guilty in the first degree. And you get a hug for asking these questions. So, Jamie here, what are you studying, by the way? Film and media. I mean, she gets a t-shirt, there's 3 of you, that's insane. One question she asked was, how did you prepare for your role? This would be for Amanda or myself. Okay, how do we prepare for our role?
I make sure I know what I'm saying. It's the first thing I usually do. And then I have a little ritual that I do in my trailer of getting myself centered. That's so boring. That's not the answer that you want to hear, I guess.
That's an answer, that is an answer.
Well, Rick, I just make sure that when I step out on set, I'm focused, and it's really easy, I guess, because you're in film and media. It's really easy to get distracted. Like there's something happening around there right now that I don't really understand. I can cell phone or something, and if I'm not totally focused on what I'm saying and on my character, I can get distracted by that person's cell phone over there going on.
Can everyone please please stop making noise here. For a man to speak. I really, to be honest with you, to answer your first 13 questions. As far as preparing, once you're in, especially we've now been in it for like 3 years, and it's a little easier each year. So, I mean, that really doesn't make me look good saying, how do you prepare to be a douche? Yeah, I mean, it's something you just sort of.
But I think you're also so familiar with your character that you don't need to take a lot of time to prepare. You, George, and Techians are naughty. That is not what I
Sure, man. The second question that you asked, Jamie, was where did you start out and how did you decide to act? Yeah, all right, look, you don't want to put these guys to sleep, so basically, I'll just say college for now. Yeah, that's just way too long of a story. When I was 6. All right, so what was your reaction when you got the role? This is a great question. What was your reaction when you got the role?
I was pretty excited. You know what? I'll give you guys full disclosure. I don't know if I should. I went in for almost every single female role on the show up until the point of Katrina. I auditioned for almost every single part that ever existed in any kind of a female capacity on the show. I'm not kidding. And characters that were too young for me, characters that were too old for me, and so when I finally got this, it was like, oh my God, for a number of reasons, I was already a big fan of the show, and I was already very familiar with all of the characters, but it was also like, I really look forward to having a character on the show and not auditioning for every single one of them. But I was obviously very, very excited.
So do you feel awkward enough now standing up on stage listening to me?
This is your punishment for asking so many questions.
Jamie, go sit down. answer to your third question quickly. I honestly didn't have a job in a very long time before I got this role. I hadn't seen a regular role in a very long time on a series, and I remember having to wait a very long time to hear whether I got it or not. And I took a picture of the park and the place I was in when I heard that I actually got the role. I still have it, and it's a reminder of how lucky you are to get something like this, because it does not come around often. But literally, I think there was a bunch of people where I was in the city of San Francisco in this park, seeing me roll around in complete joy and pride that I got the role. So that's something that an awful memory they have. And that's my reaction when I got the role.
That's awesome, awesome. Thank you, Jamie. Our next question is from Esther Shin, who's a mechanical engineering student from Frisco, Texas. Hey Esther, and she wanted to ask you, Rick, how was filming your nude scenes?
Nice, yeah. As if that question really hasn't been asked before from anyone in college. Awful, terrible. I am sorry. I hope none of your eyesight is ruined. I think it's time that Gabriel Mock and Patrick Adams get naked, don't you think? Really? There was no decibel.
It looks like seeing you. No?
Welcome to my world.
Right.
Look, when I read it, it's funny, knowing that you're gonna have to be naked for comedic purposes and exactly doesn't really help your self-esteem. Yeah, I think for a while we're gonna take a break with that. Like I said, I think Gabriel getting out of bed in his sweatsuit, I've had enough of that. He's gonna have to start, It's his turn. Take a break, so.
Awesome. Where is Esther? Make sure you get your t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Esther?
Who was it? Esther.
There you are. Cool beans. Awesome. Okay, our next question is Shabani Kansara. I said it right. Business administration student right here from Alpharetta, Georgia. And her question is, what message or messages do you think the show tries sending to viewers? And what have you learned from your own or other roles on the show? Let's go with question number one.
I'm sorry, you have to say that again.
What message or messages do you think the show tries sending to viewers?
Wow. What's your major? What is it? Administration. Something administration. Go ahead. Business administration. Make sure you cut those questions short when you get interviewed for a job. No, it's a great question. It's actually one of the most intelligent questions we've had. Wow. I think that, it's that people, obviously, no matter how sharp the swords are, whatever company you work for, that there are real human beings, and everybody has flaws and insecurities. I mean, we can really, this one, get the violence out. You can, well, as far as Mike Ross is concerned, did I ever tell you when I was 6? It's a great question, and it's something that I completely am not prepared to answer.
Okay.
There's so many messages, man, give it a try.
I'll answer, and this will be probably more boring than what he just dribbled on about. But I'd say from a female perspective, there isn't a single weak woman on that show.
Yes.
The question was, like, what's the message? What's that? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to criticize your answer. The women are so powerful on the show, but what is this show? What are the messages? Oh, strong women.
Yeah. She said, yeah, what she said.
I got it. Strong women.
Right. Well, Shabani, we have a DVD for you, okay? All right.
Cover.
Okay.
Sure you guys don't want to hear any other story about when I was. All right, we'll talk about it.
Hope I pronounced it right. Don, or do you All right. Biomedical engineering student. If Rachel and Donna got into a bar fight, who would win?
That was a really great question. This is for me.
It's either side.
What answers?
No, I don't at all.
Stay away from this, man, because they watch this on YouTube. Like, they'll both look at this, and if I answer one or the other, I'm in the doghouse for a very long time. I think it's time. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I work with these ladies for 7 months.
And they're strong women.
I think Jessica wins.
But Rick and Amanda, he didn't follow directions either because there's a follow-up question.
Yeah.
What about Katrina and Donna?
What is the matter with you?
All right.
Wait, hold on a second. Stand up for a minute.
Yeah.
Sit down.
All right. Aaron Morgan.
Yeah, no, this is not going to teach her.
Aaron Morgan, public policy major from Rome, Georgia. How many times did Sheila have to slap you to make that scene?
You know, Rachel Harris, you know, wanted to take it easy, and it just, to me, when she was taking it easy, it just didn't feel real. So I made her slap me for real. I didn't realize she was like going to take my head off when she did it. We must have done it, I would say, I'll be honest, like maybe 12 nice slaps. Yeah. That's not considering. I mean, they were really, slap yourself 12 times. Yeah, about around 12.
Okay. Give Aaron a DVD as well. Thank you. And our next question is from Kit Dahl, I think I'm saying it right. Chemical engineering major from Dubai.
Hey! Oh my goodness gracious.
Rick, how many of Lewis's lines do you improvise?
That's another really good question. With respect to the writers, they let, you know, it depends on the scenes. If they're comedic, they're a little more, they give me a little more leeway with, like someone like Sarah, who plays Donna, and, you know, what our creator Aaron loves is for us to try new things. So quite a bit of improv, but a lot of it gets taken out, and some of them we get lucky when they're left in. In comedic scenes, a decent amount, but in dramatic scenes, really never. Just because, you know, there's the writing is so good. So that answers your question. Yeah.
Awesome. You get a DVD as well, sir?
Yeah.
And this is for both of you. We'll start with Amanda on this. Arnad, this is your question. Hi there. Biomedical engineering student
Right
from
there.
Johnson City, Tennessee. What do you hate and love most about your character?
Well, for the reasons that Esther and I were just speaking about earlier, I love that she's strong and she's determined and she didn't, you know, take no for an answer, getting into the firm no matter, you know, what the obstacles were. I think she could probably afford a little bit more of a sense of humor about just life in general. You know, she takes her work very seriously, and which is very respectful, but I think there's a time and a place to be a little bit goofy at the office too, as Litt does from time to time.
Can I tell you what I love about Katrina the most?
Please.
Based on her loyalty to Lewis these days, I'm speaking to answer an improv question. It was Amanda's improv when it started. What did he just do? and she answers,
He just got lit up.
that was amazing. The fact that she's sort of becoming like kind of like a like a somewhat of like a mini Lewis.
A sidekick.
Or yeah, like a sidekick, and that she's
Like Robin.
and as much as you kind of start to love Amanda plays it in such an innocent way, you start to love Katrina, whereas at the beginning you weren't sure about her at all. So it was good. And do you want to say what you love about her?
About your
character? No.
I already
What do you love about my character? No.
I thought that's where we were going with this.
No.
You were just so nice to me.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, I blabbed on and on about how much I love her dedication and her drive and no, it's true. She's very strong, and I love that. I really do appreciate that the women on the show are smart and strong. You know, and they have vulnerability, but that doesn't make them weak people. I think that's a really wonderful aspect of the writers and all of the women. It speaks to the women on the show too, because every single one of them is a strong person on and off screen as well.
Was that
As far as Lewis goes, I can't stand that he loves to be naked in mud. No, I mean, look, we all know, I can imagine what, he's that guy that really, at times, no one wants to hang around. So as an actor, reading those, as I had said this earlier, reading the script, knowing that he's going to completely just get in his own way, it's kind of heartbreaking. It's my least favorite part, even though that has to, it's part of it. It's like, that's, I think, for whatever reason, there are many people out there that can identify with him.
do you find yourself kind of identifying who Rick is with Lewis?
Well,
in that aspect?
it's a good question. Watching him fall over himself makes me kind of feel comfortable that, all right, at least I'm not that bad. But the things I really do love about him is it's his gullible quality, his innocence, because he thinks he's just the greatest. His mom tells him he's the greatest. And he's the hero of his own story, which I think in life most people are. So that innocence of Lewis is something that I really love the most. He doesn't. What the hell is it called? It shows you how I don't even know half the hobbies that he has. What's going to be full?
Mudding.
Not mudding. Oh, the origami. I mean, who the hell? I can't stand that he loves to. It's hard enough to do it as an actor. That, and I would say about
Going to the ballet.
this is an interesting thing. I now have, because of Amanda in real life, I now have a real new appreciation for ballet. I was invited to Hawaii by Amanda and her mother, who is the head of Ballet Hawaii, to do the Nutcracker over Christmas. And it was one of the best times of my life, I swear to God.
Is there a video? Are you holding on to it, Amanda?
I have some pictures actually of both of us in costume and on stage. I'm not that fancy. You all are going to Georgia Tech. I don't know how to do that.
That's funny.
But I spent most of my rehearsals crashing into every other actor on stage because I really didn't have any idea about ballet or any appreciation. Basically, after the whole experience, by watching about 8 principal New York City ballet professionals come and do their work while I'm watching them on stage, I'm telling you right now, ballet's the shit. I'm online. So yeah, that's actually become a favorite thing of mine as far as the characters concerned. LA.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Bennett, alter major from Marietta. If you could be any Suits character in real life, who would you be and why? Wow, that's awesome. I like that question.
Yeah.
I like all your questions. Oh.
Who would you be?
Harvey, for sure.
Really?
I might be Donna.
Yeah. Why? Why, guys? Why? I mean, why not?
smart, she dresses fantastically, and she's a loyal, wonderful, funny, Donna's perfect, right?
Yeah.
And why Harvey? Well, why not?
Also, not like both Harvey and Donna, I think embody cool. Harvey, is like the Steve McQueen, one of those old school kind of Cary Grant type. He just, it's like when you're a younger kid, you kind of watch those movies. You're like, I want to be like him. Harvey Specter to me encompasses, just saying all the right things at the right time. I mean, does anybody know a guy like Harvey Specter at school?
Not a tech.
Really?
They think they know each other so much, they just nominate each other.
Who? Where? Stand up.
Wow, hilarious.
Guys? Harvey Specter Jr., take him out.
Hilarious.
Nice job over there.
Okay. We're going to take our last question from Yagna Ambarish. Biomedical engineering student from Alpharetta. Can either of you sing the student's theme song?
Yeah, of course. But you're going to sing along with me because I'm not doing it by myself. Sorry.
These guys are awesome.
Yeah, these guys are fun.
You should have seen them.
Wait.
They
Were you?
performed
I
already.
missed you guys.
They sang it.
Will you sing